Hey Internet, my name is Seppi and welcome back to Aldrin Space Program Manager. In the last episode we did the very first launch of our Gemini capsule, but unfortunately during the splashdown there was an issue, and after so many different issues in this very first launch, my flight controllers weren't able to solve this issue, and we lost our capsule. And in this case we had also to face a very high reliability loss, which is pretty unfortunate. And in this case we have to wait a little bit until we can launch our Gemini mission, but we still can launch something because we have our joint launch for the Vostok mission. Let me just prepare this. Mission cost. No, I can't prepare this because I don't have the money to do this. So let's go back to the space complex and let's end the season to proceed on. And Gemini, 60%. Okay, this will take a while. Our spacesuit is almost ready. Our lunar orbiter unfortunately needs some time. The Saturn V booster has a lot of time, Surveyor needs some time, so everything needs some time, and we are running pretty much out of time. When I'm looking at my time schedule, increased public interest in your program has given you a boost of 2099 prestige points. Amazing, amazing. And my flight controls have graduated from basic training. I will just upgrade the building of them so I can maybe hire some more guys. And I can do right now the Vostok launch. Let me just do the very last Vostok launch, because now I have the money to do this. Joint launch and orbital flight. Let's schedule this, assemble, and let's start the assembly process. Best candidates, and Abe Spurgeon is again our Capcom. Our two are Janko Landin and Tamara Bellew, our two pilots. And the mission is scheduled. Very nice. Let's end the season. Yes, I want to end the current season. The Gemini mission is making some progress to get re-improved. And all the other mission components need a lot of time, and because we only have placeholders in this Vostok mission, I will skip the outcome. Catastrophic mission. Number of fallen astronauts, 2. Okay. Why? Honestly, why does this have to happen to me? 2 astronauts lost in the same launch. Oh, this is bad. This is really bad. Okay. So, 2 astronauts are lost. This is really not good. This is so bad. Okay, we have to hire 2 new astronauts. Let's hire 2 new guys. Let me hire... who do I like to hire? I like to hire you and maybe you. Okay, let's hire you both. And no, I don't have anything to do because I think the Vostok, can I see this also from manage payload? Yes, because 77%. We can try this once more, but we don't have the right amount of astronauts, so we can't do anything. We can just end the season because we lost 2 of our astronauts in the last Vostok mission, which was pretty bad. This was so bad. Losing 2 astronauts at once. Okay, and they are going through basic training. This is very nice, but we can't do anything. Can we upgrade the science building? No, it can't be upgraded anymore. So we are kept with our scientists. This is also bad. This is also bad. But I will just upgrade my flight controller building, so I can get 25 of them if I want to for the short campaign objective. And the Gemini spacecraft is still not very useful. And all the other components. Well, the lunar orbiter makes some progress, this is good. but all the other components still need some time. Okay. And we have to wait for our astronaut to finish the basic training until we can do this. So we just can skip to the next season. And we can do the next Gemini launch. This is amazing. And 69% for the lunar orbiter. This is great. The last season surprise health and safety executives inspection required a costly update of all your present facilities, which ended up costing 2,100. Okay. But we have enough money. This is okay. And my astronauts are still not there. But I can do the uncrewed Gemini launch. This is good. Let me do this. Let me try out if we are this time successful. And uncrewed suborbital test flight. Let's schedule this mission and hopefully we can finally finish this with our first test launch in the hope. Let me end the current season. Yes, I want to do this. In the hopes that we can proceed on with our Gemini mission, and we want to follow it again from the mission control. We will launch again on the Proton rocket, which is pretty amazing, because I thought I just need human-rated rockets, but I've heard already that in an upcoming update there will be maybe the feature, or there will be the requirement that you can only use human-rated rockets in combination with crewed spacecraft. And so yeah, I think there might be a fix to this, that I can't launch in a normal rocket my crewed spacecraft, but right now we can do this, and I think we can just take advantage out of it and launch our Gemini spacecraft on top of the Proton rocket. Okay, it's still very nice. It's still making some progress. And this time we had no issue right now. So hopefully we can finally survive this. We have our re-entry preparations going on. Oh, there's the first problem. 70% to fix this. And problem solved. Good job guys. So please, no more issues. Please, no more issues, because we want to finally proceed on with our Gemini mission. And the next issue, 73% chance of success. And it was a failure. Okay, it was a failure. The second failure in this episode, for the second launch in this episode. And I think this will be another expensive reduction in reliability, right? Will it? Yes, it will. 23% downgrade. Yoo-hoo! This process optimization program, the process optimization program has yielded a 7.8% reduction of your fixed cost for the next six seasons. Okay. And well, our astronauts have graduated from basic training, so we can retry the Vostok launch. Okay, let me retry this. Let's schedule the mission, assemble it, and start the assembly process once more. And this time it's Clayton Reinbold and Drusilla Pusel. Okay. And what was about my lunar orbiter? Let me just check out this. I totally forget the reliability of it. It is... can I see this somewhere? R&D? 72%. Okay, we can't use that right now. Let me end the season. And 74%. Still 1% to go until we can take advantage of our lunar orbiter. Okay, and the Proton rocket is pretty way developed, and I want to skip to outcome for our mission, Vostok mission, and a successful mission. Finally a successful mission, and we have achieved one goal. This is very nice. Joint manned launch. Very nice. Good job, guys. Good job. But on the other hand, if I'm looking up in the upper right corner and I see we are in the second quarter of 1969, And we even had a successful first mission of the Gemini program, and we are even not able to open up lunar landing programs because we still need to land with a probe on the moon. So I think I won't be able to continue after reaching the fourth quarter of 1973 when we have to land on the moon. So I think this attempt is already doomed for failure, but I like to continue this, although I'm pretty sure that I will fail on this attempt. I like to continue to gather useful data for my next attempt, which will then happen very immediately after I failed, because, well, I want to successfully land on the moon, and right now I did some mismanagement with the wrong choice of my rockets and some problems with my launches because I had many failures and some money problems. And yeah, so in this case I will just end the season once more because I need to improve my components again. And now, yes, 75%. The lunar orbiter is ready to go. The Gemini spacecraft, unfortunately, is still not able to be launched again, so we are losing so many time with the Gemini spacecraft, which is really hard. But we have now some free scientists again, this is good. At first, I want to do the lunar orbiter program. Let me add. Okay, this time we can use the Atlas Centauri booster. And I like to use the Atlas Centauri booster this time. So let me schedule this mission. This mission involves the launch and deployment of an advanced lunar orbiter probe, which adds an array of extra instruments to the basic configuration, such as gamma ray spectrometer, instruments for solar plasma studies, and devices for measuring infrared emissions from the moon. Okay, start the assembly process. And our best candidates as usual from the flight controllers. And the launch was prepared, very nice. So I can't use the Gemini, but I can close my Vostok program because I'm finished with this. I have 4 scientists left over, this is good. Unfortunately, I'm stuck with the Gemini program right now. Is there something empty I can work on? The Gina target vehicle. I would like to start researching something for my lunar landing, but I can't do this because I need to do the lunar probes, and in this case I think for my next attempt I should really start focusing on the lunar probes, that I'm making good progress with this, so that I can unlock the lunar landings. Okay, I have 4 scientists and I really can't use them right now. So, I think you just have to wait. Yeah, I think you just have to wait. Or can I do something else? I don't think so that I can do something else, because I have to wait until I make some progress with my Gemini or I'm successful with my moon mission. So I'm pretty much capped right now with my options. This is bad. So I think I will... Oh no, I will just end the season, and yes, I know that I have 4 scientists who are not doing anything. But we have to accept this. And let's proceed. So we can launch our... Yes, we want to follow it. We can launch our lunar orbiter. And let's see, we can launch it on the Atlas Centauri booster. Finally, again, our very first booster we have chosen, and we can now reuse it. This is pretty amazing. And so yes, the first thing I have learned during this attempt, that I have to really focus on the lunar probes, because the lunar probes are a key factor to unlock the lunar landings, and the lunar landing is the very important thing we need to achieve for our space program to continue with our space program, and in this case, okay, finally we have some images, and in this case I should really focus on this thing. Once I have achieved this, oh, there's a problem, 73%, okay, let's problem solved, okay, and then I need also some better luck that I don't have failures all over the place with my Gemini mission, so that I'm not able to really improve it, and instead I'm just losing reliability and I have to work up again, and then I'm doing some failures and I'm losing reliability again, and this isn't really useful and really productive if you want to land on the moon and if you are very tight in your time you have left. Okay, we have achieved 4 goals. This is pretty amazing. So let me just continue. Yeah, Gemini spacecraft is not in order. Oh, I can close this program. Manage programs. I can close the surveyor because we finished this. And oh no, we have finished the lunar orbiter, not the surveyor. Okay, I've closed the wrong program. So I need to... this was not good. I need to reopen the surveyor lander. Yes, I want to open this. And now I want to go back and I want to research this thing. The surveyor. Let me research it. Okay, this will take some time. Well, I can add some scientists to the Gina target vehicle, but we won't use it, and we are still capped in our capabilities because we need still to land the surveyor on the surface of the moon, and Gemini is still not ready to go again. Oh, this is so bad that I have had 2 failures in a row. This is so much of a time loss. This is bad. This is really bad. Okay, surveyor lander opened again after I closed it, unfortunately. And yeah, what should I do next? I can hire some flight controllers to have the short campaign objective, but I don't think so. This would be really useful. I can just end the season. 67%. Oh, this is taking time. 76% for the Gemini spacecraft. Okay, we can retry the Gemini spacecraft once more. Maybe we are lucky this time. So, let me see. 2 crew ballistic capsules. And uncrewed suborbital test flight. Let's schedule it once more. And yes, I want to... And let me... No. Wait, have I cancelled this? I think I've cancelled it, right? I think I just clicked on the cancel button. Okay. Let's do this again. And now we have scheduled it. Okay, and yes. Although there are 3 scientists, I just have to end this. 70% for the surveyor. So at least we are getting closer to this. And let's launch our Gemini mission, the suborbital flight, for the next time, for the second time, and hopefully we are this time able to survive the thing and to finish it without any failures, so that we can finally move on with our Gemini spacecraft and make some progress, because we need to improve our components. On the other hand, the landing on the moon with the Gemini spacecraft requires also some other components like the landing stage and so on. So in this case I don't think we are able to do this, but I'd like to see how far I can come until the 4th quarter of 1973, when we are running out of time for our lunar landing and we are hitting the deadline. So yeah, I hope we can at least getting a little bit close and we can hopefully fly at least around the moon and in orbit with our Gemini landing, but we will see this. here, and then I think we have to do the next attempt of landing on the moon with a better strategy, because I think my first strategy I used in this attempt wasn't a really good one, but and we have again a problem with the descent and splashdown. Problem solved! Amazing! Good job, guys, good job! And recovery. And recovery, yes, the recovery was a success. Finally we have a successful mission. This was amazing, this was good. Okay, and we have achieved the Gemini uncrewed suborbital flight test. Very good, very good. Okay. Good job, guys, good job. Now we can prepare for the next episode our... No, this was the one crew thing. We can prepare our suborbital crewed flight, and okay, because now there's a crew on board, I can not use the proton rocket. Okay, I just can use the proton rocket for the uncrewed suborbital test flights. This is amazing. Okay, this makes sense because it was just an uncrewed mission, and now with crew on board I have to use the R7 Vostok booster. So I want to schedule this mission. Yes, very good. This mission involves the performance of a suborbital flight test, which provides an intermediate step before attempting an orbital crewed mission. Okay. Start the assembly process, and our best candidates with Abe Spurgeon again as our Capcom, and our pilots are Clayton Reinbold and Drusilla Pearsall. And confirm the assignments, very good. And I want to check out again the surveyor. I think it was not ready to go. Let me just prove this and check this out. It's currently at 70%. No, yes, it's not good. So we have scheduled our Gemini mission for the next episode, and we are now at the end of this episode. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you liked this episode of Buzz Aldrin Space Program Manager, and I hope you will be watching the next episode, although it's pretty much sure that I will fail with my attempt of landing on the moon because we have only 3 years left. But I hope we can still have some fun and find out useful things, how we can attempt how we can do our next attempt to land on the moon with a fresh game. But as I said, this will happen in the next episode, so thank you so much for watching again. My name is Seppi. Until next episode, see you!